spotlighting our outstanding staff at MCS. Courtney Delks, Kelly Bear, and Dave Tippy talk about just some of the truly amazing programs offered to our students. All that and much, much more coming up on this episode of the Giant Showcase.
Welcome to the Giant Showcase. We're spotlighting excellence in the arts, athletics, and academics within the Marion Community School System. I'm your host, Angela Stepp, and I have with me Superintendent of Marion Community Schools, Mr. Brad Lindsay. And who's going to be on the show today?
We have premier educators who are champions for kids. We've got Mr. Dave Tippy, we've got Courtney Delks, who's our women's basketball coach, and we've got Kelly Bear, a premier music educator at Justice Intermediate School.
And you know what? We've got some tips that are going to be coming up from Dave Tippy. Let's call them Tippy Tips. You like that?
I love
It's going to help you deal with some test anxiety. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase in just a moment.
Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Family, friends, anyone. Think before you post.
Welcome back to the Giant Showcase. So glad that you are joining us. And as promised, we have a great show lined up for you today. And my very first guest is Dave Tippy. He is a teacher at Marion High School. And you also happen to be a coach for the Quiz Bowl League as well.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about that here shortly. But you know what? You also have been teaching within the Marion Community School System for a very long time. And you're teaching advanced placement chemistry right now, correct?
Right.
But I understand you taught for many years and then kind of thought, you know what, I'm going to retire.
Right.
But then you got a phone call and you came back, and I'm assuming that's due to popular demand because you make science so fun.
Yes, he does.
Now, were you the one that got to make that phone call? Did you have the privilege of doing that?
Well, that'd be our principal, Keith Burke, but it's by popular demand by students, by parents, and by administration and board. And so we're so thankful to have a person of Mr. Tippy's character and his ability. And then his mission motive for kids. He loves kids, he likes them, and he makes learning fun, just as you said.
You know, speaking of fun, let me very quickly just touch base on the Quiz Bowl because you guys had an outstanding season. You were undefeated pretty much the entire season, all the way up until just this past weekend with the Quad County tournament. And you know, there's something that I'm so curious because you know the kids, they have to work so hard preparing for these, and it requires them to be able to think on their feet. And it requires them to be able to recall the stats and the figures and be able to do things very quickly and recall quickly. And I don't know about you out there, but if you're kind of like me and you struggle a little bit with test anxiety because you know a good number of the population does, what tips can you give those of us who might struggle with being able to think on the fly and give that really quick, ready response? How can you help us?
Well, I think there's one thing that I tell my students always, and the Quiz Bowl kids, is to over-prepare because you are going to lose a bit as you come in and undergo the stress and the anxiety and the timing of an exam. And so if you've over-prepared, then you can afford to lose a little bit and still be at maximum proficiency. They don't like to hear that necessarily because they would rather barely prepare, but preparation, and find what kind of preparation method works best for you. I had a student last chapter when we gave it a unit exam, they were supposed to take notes on the whole chapter, which is not a normal thing. Well, this girl did very well on the test, and so she found her way of studying, and that we just took another test today, and she was much more comfortable with the test because it takes a while for them to find the mode that works best. And I keep telling them that their cell phone is their worst enemy when they're studying because there's just too much time concentrating on the phone. And I get that too because I'm as bad as anybody. But I think confidence is the main thing in walking into any test. With the Quiz Bowl, you know, confidence was one thing that we had all season long, and we were able to leverage that confidence to, for the most part, get on a roll and be successful with the Quiz Bowl. So,
well, thank you for that. Oh, I'm sorry.
These students are the ones who know how to do that. In class, they haven't really reached that point yet but they're working on it, and it's our job to help them get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for those tips. It's definitely, basically, first off, I can see why he's a good teacher, right?
Yes,
Can you too as well? And secondly, you're right, there really is no shortcut. You do just have to prepare.
Over-prepare.
It's kind of nice to know, though, from somebody who's a pro and does this regularly, that, okay, so there really is something to that tried and true tradition of just knowing your stuff. So that's good.
And I have had this conversation every year, 100 times a year,
100 times.
about what about test phobia?
Yes, I can imagine. Well,
I wish I had some even better answers.
But you know what, though? The truth is always the best answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of tests and academics, and you have a lot of things that you are doing right now, advanced placement courses that are being offered, dual credit courses that are being offered. Mr. Lindsay, I'm going to ask you to jump in here and join us. You even had a student that just won the Lilly Scholarship.
Yes, we can talk about that, Dave.
Micah Hoeksema, who is a senior, has put the whole package together. He is one of those people who over-prepares, and it has manifested itself with his natural gifts of memory and calculation abilities. It's manifested itself in some tremendous awards that he's received. He is a National Merit Scholarship finalist, and he was the Lilly Award winner. 2 in Grant County received that, and it marks the highest distinction that any high school senior can get. And we were quite proud of Micah, although not a bit surprised. I mean, I think Mr. Lindsay could say that he has shown Micah has been at the top all the way through. And he's a wonderful quizzer for us, too. He's our captain. The captain is the one who, on bonus questions, will collect all the answers from the teams and then respond. And he is sometimes the answers are conflicting. And so he's a very good one to decide which one we're going to go with, and he's also very quick. He's very rounded too. He has a sports mind. He loves sports, and he's an athlete. He runs cross country and track, and he's just extremely well rounded and very gifted, and we're very proud of him.
And should be as well. Yeah, we just have a couple of minutes, but I think we really need to talk very quickly about some of these advanced placement courses and the dual credit and the partnerships also with universities and colleges. Can you share with us a little bit about some of those opportunities?
Yes, Dave, one thing that I'm so appreciative of that you chose to come back to Marion High School, make an impact on our kids once again, and you treat them so well, and how you treat our students is how you teach them. Then Christy Philippi, you guys make a dynamic team, and she's our department team leader. I'm so impressed by the course offerings that we're providing for our students from our biomedical classes that have partnerships with Indiana University and Purdue University, to all of our dual credits with IU and IWU partnerships, to our advanced placement classes. And then could you describe how the numbers of students are not only willing to take those most rigorous classes, but they're engaging and having success? Talk to us about your advanced chemistry class, what that looks like, and how kids are succeeding.
In the advanced chemistry class, we have AP chemistry. We have, this year I have 16. Last year there were 14. I'm hoping to bump those numbers up more. And we just all year long, if you'd walk into my class and ask them when is the AP chemistry exam, they'll say May 1st. They all know it. And so we teach it as a college class. On the exams, we use college or the AP level questions, many of which have come from previous exams. So the test itself, and my students will affirm this even right now because they just got done taking one, are very, very difficult. And so the scores are kind of discouraging, but as an AP instructor, I feel it necessary to add activities and assignments that will help their grade, because they are definitely interested in their grade, but yet challenge them to the point of learning that on a level that they would get credit for in college. And we've been fairly successful. Last year we had 14 take the test and 11 passed with a 3, 4, or 5. And hopefully we can continue that. It does require a tremendous emphasis on rigor in the classroom. And that's hard on the teacher because they cannot have a downtime. And so students become, my goal in the AP curriculum and a dual credit is that there be established a climate at Marion High School that AP and dual credit is not only available, but possible.
Yes.
And likely. And so when we can get the climate established, and we're making good progress
Yes,
at that.
Are.
We recognized at a banquet earlier this fall, we recognized 17 students who had the distinction of either AP honor student, or honor student with distinction, and 17, which is a remarkable number.
Way above the national
Way
state
above,
averages.
yeah.
Incredible.
And then I'm a science person, but we have 2 courses at Marion that I am really proud of. One is AP Music Theory, and another one is AP Art Portfolio, and in 2D and 3D art. And I told the guys that teach that, I said, you guys add a lot of class to this program because we're just science and math and, the boring stuff. But you guys add the class and the sophistication. I'm very proud of those 2 courses. And we have lots of dual credit. Some are AP and dual credit combined. So you can either get college credit by passing the course with a certified instructor, or you can get college credit by passing the AP exam. And we have, I don't know the exact numbers, but the number of credit hours that our graduates have as they move on to college already in the bag is phenomenal. And so I say, if you are a strong student, there's really only one place to be in the county, and that's Marion High School.
From Marion High School to Indiana Weston, back to Marion High School.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
We'll be right back with more Giant Showcase in just a moment.
Life is a winding road. There are many hills to climb, obstacles to overcome, and sometimes it's impossible to see what's ahead. It can be unforgiving, tiring, and tough. When the road of life brings the unexpected in the form of critical illness such as cancer, heart attack, or stroke, having the right plan in place is essential. To learn about long-term care planning, please visit 3and4needmore.com.
Welcome back to the Giant Showcase, and I have with me a very familiar face. She is a Grant County native, grew up over in the Sweetser area, went to Oak Hill High School, and was the 2010 Miss Indiana Basketball. That is a huge honor. And her name, you are probably already very well aware of, Mrs. Courtney Moses Deltz. And I am so happy and thrilled to be able to say that you are also the girls varsity basketball coach at Marion High School.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show today.
It's a joy.
This is awesome, and I'm glad to be at Marion.
Awesome. Well, obviously an amazing player, and I went on to, because you went to Purdue after high school.
Correct.
And you played for Purdue, and so I went and let me just share with you just a little bit of something from her senior year. You can go to the Purdue website and find this out for yourself. So you started all 31 games your senior year. Mm-hmm. You finished your career with 72 consecutive starts, which gave you 129 total starts, which means that that was the second highest or second most in Purdue history. That's kind of huge. You were named the first team all Big Ten by coaches and media, which happened to be unanimous pick by the coaches. You earned a spot on the 2014 WBCA All-State Good Works team, and you were selected to shoot in the 2014 State Farm College Slam Dunk Three-Point Championship at the Men's Final Four. You were named to the Naismith Trophy Award Presentation Watch, which honors the top 50 players in the nation. The top 50 players in the nation. Did you hear that? Okay, I could keep going, right? This list, it's multiple pages. You see this, right? You can go to the Purdue website and check it out for yourself. So now I'm trying to make a point, and that point is you have incredible background. You have a lot of experience under your belt, and you could have gone anywhere. But you came to Marion. Why? Why Marion?
Marion, I grew up around Grant County area, just over in Sweetser. My family all went to Marion High School. They're all graduates, going all the way back to my grandparents used to go to the Marion Giant basketball games. In the bloodline of the Moses side, we're Marion Giants, and Mr. Lindsay gave me a call, and just the mission and vision that he has for Marion High School and for the kids of Marion and for the community, it was hard to say no.
What was it like when you got to make that phone call and she said yes?
Well, that was an exciting time for all of us. It was a team decision, and what we really wanted is her character impacting. She's intentional. Her success there is that she's yielded, that the Lord has blessed her with a lot of gifts, and she just develops those and gives those back freely. And so her mission is clear. She wants to invest into our young ladies' lives and to build a program of character, a program of excellence, a program that will last and glorify God and all that we think, say, and do. And that's what I really appreciate about Courtney. She's doing that. She's fundamentally sound. She has the expertise, but more than anything, she has that character that connects with the heart of our girls.
So then I'm curious then, as you're in the process of making that connection, how does all of that experience and that background and that obvious mission that you have in your heart, how does that impact your coaching style?
It gives me purpose. It's a calling. That was put in my heart when I was a really little girl, is that God had given me abilities of basketball. And in 7th grade at FCA, said in Oak Hill Junior High School, it clicked that I could use the sport of basketball to touch other people's lives. And so since the 7th grade, I've set out to do that. And so it's a calling. And so when you have the passion, it comes naturally, and you're passionate about investing in other people.
So now, as you are walking through that process of investing in other people, and this year I understand you're kind of in a state of rebuilding with the team. I'm curious then, what do you think some of the key assets are that you have in the team this year?
The first thing is, whenever you're building relationships with anybody, you have to build trust. So it's been gaining the trust of our players. The very first day of tryouts, we had one of our best players, her dad passed away. So it was an opportunity where 2 of us went over to her house. We got to spend time with her family and just be there for her. It had nothing to do with basketball. And this morning, they have finals this week, so we had morning practice. We brought in some donuts and milk for them and just encouraged them on their final. So building trust with donuts.
But hey, if that's what it takes, that's I'm all for it. And who doesn't like a good donut, right? I mean, there's a donut for everybody out there, I'm telling you. So I'm curious then, as you're preparing for the different games and maybe the away games, I'm curious about that support structure then that you have set up for the girls on the team.
Yeah, we've played, right here at the beginning, we've already played 12 games. We had a lot of games in November, so a lot of our kids had to grow up really quick and mature into varsity roles. So just in preparing, it starts in practice, just like Mr. Tilley was in here before. Tippy, yeah, sorry. Just as he was at speaking before, it's preparation and preparing. So that's what it starts in practice, and it started this past summer with conditioning, getting shots up, so it happens before the season starts. So as the season continues on, do you have any games that you're excited to, or that you're looking forward to playing here coming up soon? We look forward to the everyday.
The next game.
The next game. So tomorrow we play Kokomo at Kokomo. It's going to be a great game. The boys play after us in a doubleheader. But I look forward, the time that I really enjoy is practice. The game it's all about the kids, and it's time for them to go out and to have fun and to do their thing. And so practice is what I look forward to. I have about 30 seconds. I got one more question, and I think you're going to like this one. If somebody has never attended a girls' basketball game, why should they? They should come because these girls are putting in work every single day. They're coming together as a team. They need the support of everybody to come. And we have some kids on our team who could be potential Indiana All-Stars, potential Miss Basketballs, could be potential. You're going to be watching them on ESPN one day. And so you got to come out and see those kids play. You'll be following in her footsteps then, too.
She's building a program of excellence.
So true. Well, you know what? We've got some more excellence to share with you, so we don't want you to go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Giant Showcase in just a moment.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Welcome back to the Giant Showcase. And as we continue on, I have another outstanding Giant teacher to introduce you to. Her name is Kelly Bear, and she is not only a music teacher, but she's also a band director at Justice Intermediate School. And she has got some incredible things up her sleeve for the band this year.
Yes, she does.
You know, I'm so excited to talk about this because music is something that is near and dear to my heart.
And the way we have our program structured, I get to meet the students in 5th grade, and we build a relationship. I get to have fun with them. I get to prep them for going on to band or whatever aspect of music they choose to, and just to show them that they can do it at an early age, and that it doesn't have to take money. It doesn't take anything extra. It doesn't have to be outside of the school day.
What is it like when that aha moment hits? Like you just said something so key. You said that they go from just trying to learn how to play the instrument to, oh my goodness, we're making music. What is it like to get to witness that?
Oh, that is so fun. That's one of my favorite parts. At first, it feels awkward. What is this thing? How do I put it together? All of that. And then we learn a note at a time, and we just, keep working together. And I also am able to team teach with Wayne Garrett. And so we can take the students out in smaller groups where they don't feel as overwhelmed. They get some more individual attention. And
Excellent teamwork. You guys form a great team.
Thank you so much.
Another thing that I think is exciting also is you had just mentioned something that it doesn't always take a lot of money. And money is an aspect of things that we have to consider because you've got to be able to get the sheet music. You have to be able to afford the instruments that the kids are going to play. And so you worked very hard on writing a Mr. Holland's Opus grant. And congratulations, you got the grant.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And we needed the grant because you grew the numbers from 19 the year before you got there to 150.
Yes.
So we needed help to get instruments in all of those students' hands.
There was a huge need. So I've gone from looking at pawn shops and refurbished instruments to things to getting brand new instruments last year through that foundation. And I was able to take pictures of those students at the concert using those yesterday. I get to submit them. They're going to do an article and things on our school and our students. So we're really excited.
So, I'm then curious how the kids must feel, from what you just said. And I want you to think about this too. She's having to be very resourceful prior to being able to get the funding from the Mr. Holland's Opus grant, which I'm curious, can you give a little bit of background on that grant? What is the basis behind that grant, the purpose behind it?
Mr. Holland's Opus started out as a movie, and it touched a lot of lives, and it touched all about the impact on students that music makes and making them feel important, because so much of life beats us down and gives us reasons to feel negatively, but music can do the opposite. So that movie is what's put it all in motion. And since then, the foundation was created, and it's specifically for schools that have the need that students can't pay for an instrument or rent to own or any of those types of things. So it gives us the opportunity to put brand new instruments, good quality working equipment in their hands that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So it's just an amazing thing.
It's a blessing.
Great opportunity.
It totally is.
Great opportunity. Well, you know what, folks? I think that I can personally see, and I think you can now too, see where she has incredible passion. And, I have to just say that the school is very, very fortunate to have you on the team. And I look forward to seeing the continued growth in that music program. Wow. From 19 to 145, right?
145
that's
today.
Amazing. And that's the theater program. So that's going to be the kids that are going to be up and coming. And you're going to see
and it
that.
feeds into our junior high. And as a result of your leadership over the last few years, our junior high is the only junior high in the state to win back-to-back all music awards by the Indiana Music Association. Because we have 200 in band and we have over 200 in choir, and they're winning gold and everything.
Right.
It starts with connecting with the hearts, that love for music. We also have outstanding music educators in our elementaries. And boy, it's been so much fun during the Christmas season that we had to see them in action. And I tell you, we've got high quality talent coming. I really believe that Marion, Indiana is becoming the capital, the music capital of the world with Marion Community Schools and Indiana Wesleyan University, and our fantastic partnership with Marion Community Schools and the Community Schools of the Arts, which is world renowned. So it's a lot of fun. You're impacting so many lives of our kids, and it makes it so much fun to be a Marion Giant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you also for being on the show. We're out of time, but I do look forward to seeing all the exciting things that you have coming up for us.
Thank you.
You're watching WSOT TV.
Well, we hope that you've enjoyed today's Giant Showcase program. I certainly know that I've enjoyed getting to know all of the guests that we've had on the show today. And Brad, you know, I am yet again impressed with the caliber of individuals that you have in leadership throughout the community school system. It's amazing. And, you know, that sense of teamwork, it's very evident yet again. And the passion for excellence.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. We are so blessed. And we've got great teachers, coaches, administrators, and staff serving our kids. It's so important, as you were able to see today's show. Those are just examples of that, of people that have the ability to connect with the hearts and minds of our kids and purposefully, meaningfully engage, make school fun, make school exciting where kids want to be there, creating opportunities for our kids in the arts, in the academics and service learning, in clubs and athletics. It all matters. Anything where our kids are involved in, it matters. It's so important. So creating those opportunities. Then you need to have the right people that can go make better happen in the lives of our kids. And that's what we have. Good, better, giant. We're just getting better for our kids.
It's so true. You know, you have that mission.
Yes.
But then you have to fulfill that mission. And the way that's going to happen is to get those key players in there, get those good people in there. And I think that you have successfully managed to do that.
Well, God bless us. But it's so important because our students are why we exist. Our students are our future. We want to provide our students our very best. We want to provide our community our very best. And so what we expect to have is people who feel called, mission motivated, who want to be all in, all together, Marion Giants, stake in the ground for Marion, stake in the ground for our kids, for our schools, and for our community. It takes all of us. Our job is to work with the schools, families, community, or as our children or as our students, educator and parent. And that teamwork, as you talk about, are so important. And we want to make a positive impact and a positive change in our students' lives, but also our family and our community. There's hope in Marion, Indiana. Great things are happening, and better things are yet to come.
Definitely. You know, I want to jump in real quick because you just have a moment or so left in the show. And, you know, as I listen to those positive things and you reference the parents.
Yes.
And, you know, I think something that has stood out to me is we talk about some of those advanced placement courses and the dual college credit courses that you're offering and all of the different opportunities that the students have to kind of get a jump start on their higher education. And I have heard that it is kind of like when you graduate from Marion High School, that those of the students that have participated in all of those different advanced placement and dual credit courses, they're getting a jump start on their classmates that haven't attended. Because it's like starting as a sophomore in college.
Our kids is exactly right. Thank you. Our kids have competitive edge. Now imagine this. Time is money. And our job is to prepare students for life ready, career, workforce ready, college ready. Last year, the class of 26 graduated with over 4,300 college credits earned. That is significant cash, plus another $5 million in scholarship. Plus in our workforce, in our career center, workforce development certifications that make you employable right now, leg up over the competition. That's what's happened at Marion Community Schools because that's what's so important for us to get our kids ready and give our kids that opportunity. And really, that's the culmination of our P12 journey at Marion Community Schools.
Well, you know what? I look forward here throughout this 2017 year, learning all about all of that advanced placement and all of the leg up that they have on all of their competition, if you will.
It's opportunities. I've been around Indianapolis as a superintendent at Mooresville, and I've not seen the number of opportunities for career and college that we offer here at Marion High School, and we're being creative to offer even more.
Which I have to give you a great big hats off to you for that. And, you know, I thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and watch. And I hope that you've enjoyed learning about the fun, not only the fun, but the excellence that is happening within Marion Community Schools. And we hope that you'll join us for next time on the Giant Showcase. Until then, stay tuned for some more quality family programming that you can trust right here on WSOT TV.